Make It Yourselfers. Today I'm not in my kitchen because with it being summertime and my son being home, he's out there and I just want him to be able to make as much noise as he wants. So I'm just going to record the introduction here in my bedroom. I am going to be making today a massage oil. Now, massage oil is a super easy recipe to make. It doesn't require any preservatives, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. The complicated part is knowing which oils to use, which essential oils. I actually did a lot of research yesterday and the day before on trying to find the best oils for massage and which combinations of essential oils might be good for different types of massages and for just whatever feeling you want to evoke when you are doing the massage. Over the years, I have bought lots of different oils because I wanted to test them out for you. I have a bunch of them, and a lot of times I would buy them in bulk thinking I would use them for a lot of different projects, and I would test them out for a lot of different things. And so I would buy these large amounts of oil, and some of them are starting to get towards or past the best before use date. And so I am probably going to be doing a little bit different massage oil than the one I recommend in my post, but that is mostly because I want to use up these oils before they start to go rancid, before they start to smell bad. And so I am going to be making mine with a rice bran oil and also a macadamia nut oil. But because I love castor oil so much, I think, it has great anti-inflammatory properties too. I am going to be incorporating a little bit of castor oil into my massage oil as well. And I think it's a great oil for using in massage, but it's very thick, it's very sticky, so it's probably not the type of oil you would want to use on its own. A lot of people do rub it all over their bodies, but you have to wait a while before you can put your clothes on. It can feel kind of sticky. And for massage, it just doesn't have the same glide. Now, the reason I'm making a massage oil right now is because my husband has been having some major issues with his back and shoulder. And our normal physical therapist has been on vacation in the summer, and we actually found that the daughter of one of our friends had studied massage, and she was willing to come to our house, and she brought her massage table, and she's been helping him with that. And at first she was using this tallow castor oil lotion that I had just made. I didn't have any oils that I had mixed, and she said, well, do you have any lotions or anything for the massage? And I gave her that, and she really actually loved it. And I am going to be sharing how to make that lotion on the blog soon because I really love it. I've been using it for my face. I've been using it all over my body. I've been using it on my feet. If you have been following me, you know that I have issues with eczema on my feet, especially when I'm dealing with oxalate dumping now. I think in the past it was due to my very high oxalate diet. But she recently asked if I had any oils. And last time she used my macadamia nut oil and she liked that, but I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I actually mixed up a great massage oil that would have a great scent to it? And so I decided I'm going to add some essential oils to it. Not only do they give you a great fragrance, but they also have some therapeutic properties as well. So I cover all of this much more detailed in my post. I cover some of the different combinations you can use, and I talk about which oils go best with which skin types. I prefer using for the main base because you tend to use a lot of oil when you're doing this. I like to look for some of the more inexpensive oils. And sunflower oil is actually one of my favorites for skin. I found this out when I was looking for great oils to use for my acne-prone skin moisturizer. It's non-comedogenic, and it's just very inexpensive. Here in Spain, people do not fry in corn oil or canola oil, but they do use another seed oil and they use sunflower oil. So it's very inexpensive, very easy to find here in Spain. I don't tend to use it for cooking or food. I don't think that it's good to use seed oils just in general, but especially not for frying. But I like it for skin, and it's very inexpensive. It's very light, and it works really well for a number of applications. So for a massage oil, something light in color, something with a relatively stable shelf life is great for massage oil. You can add some more premium oils to your massage oil. There's some of the more expensive ones, or you can also incorporate oils, like I said, the castor oil. It's a great oil, but it's very thick, it's very sticky, so you can use that in smaller amounts and mix it with other oils that don't have that problem. And then you can also find, some of these more premium oils that are really supposed to be great for mature skin or for other skin conditions, things like sea buckthorn or evening primrose. Some of these oils, some are dark in color, some are thick, some are just expensive. So you don't want to use those as the main part of your massage oil. You can add those in smaller amounts. You can still get some of the therapeutic effects from those oils, and you can really save yourself some money by doing things that way. Now, the essential oils are basically added to your massage oil to add fragrance, but some of them also have therapeutic qualities, and some are anti-inflammatory. So that's great for a situation like ours, where we're using this massage to help with muscle stiffness and soreness that my husband has. And so you can use certain essential oils like peppermint or eucalyptus that have a little bit of a cooling effect. You have to be careful with those because some people are very sensitive to them. You also don't want to use those on young children. I have a lot of the safety precautions within the post. But some of these, they give this really cooling sensation. And I don't know if you've ever been to one of these stores where they'll have like this soothing anti-stress and headache relief lotion or serum, and you're supposed to massage it into your temples. And those usually have a cooling effect. And that comes from the menthol, from the peppermint, but also oftentimes has eucalyptus. And these oils are great for that purpose. If you just want a really calming oil, something to de-stress, something for just a light massage, great oils to use are lavender. Lavender is known for its calming properties, which is why it is often used in these sprays for bed linens. And I think I'm going to be using a little bit of vanilla with mine this time. I love the fragrance of vanilla, and I think that vanilla and lavender will be good combined together. I will be trying that out for the first time, so I will let you know how I like it. But yeah, the base recipes on my blog, I generally am using sunflower oil just because of how inexpensive it is, how light it is, and it has great glide, and it's good for your skin. But I also have a lot of other options. A lot of people like coconut oil. Coconut oil is a bit heavier. It's a little bit higher on the comedogenic scale, so it can cause breakouts in some people. It also has the problem of solidifying in cooler temperatures. So in the winter months, or if you just live in a colder climate, you have a solid oil, which is a lot harder to use for massage. But if you put it in a jar and you don't mind warming it in your hands before using it, that's no problem. You can use coconut oil. It's a great oil for massage. But you could also use fractionated coconut oil, which does not solidify in cooler temperatures. But keep in mind that fractionated coconut oil tends to be more expensive than regular coconut oil. Olive oil is another good one, but it's a little bit heavier. It feels a little oilier, greasier, so some people don't like it. But if you like it, that's great. Obviously, extra virgin olive oil is darker in color. It also has a stronger scent to it, so it's probably not the best choice for massage unless you don't mind that. But if you want to use olive oil, you might want to try one of the lighter versions of olive oil instead. Again, I have a lot more oils listed. Those are some of the common ones. A lot of people use sweet almond oil. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's not too bad, and it's a nice light oil. Jojoba oil is great. It's not really an oil, it's a liquid wax, and it makes it a perfect choice for massage. It penetrates deeply into the skin. It has a lot of the similar characteristics to the oils in our skin, so it works really well for absorbing in. The only problem with jojoba is, again, it's very expensive if you want to make large amounts and you're going to be constantly doing massages. So, but it's very shelf stable because it is a wax and it doesn't have a strong odor, and so it's really perfect for massage oil, but again, it's a little bit on the pricier side. So if you want to save yourself some money, choose some of these more inexpensive oils, add a great combination of essential oils. For revitalizing energy, you could add some of the citrus oils or do a combination, which is calming and yet also stimulating, something with lavender and citrus. Keep in mind that a lot of the cold pressed citrus oils can cause photosensitivity, so it can make you more likely to have issues if you go out into the sun. You could get blistering or some sort of skin reaction. So if you are going to be using the citrus oils, you want to either make sure that you use distilled citrus, and I think grapefruit, even if it's distilled, can cause some photosensitivity. So I have more information about that in the post if you want to read a little bit more about it. But you can use the distilled ones. Just be careful when using some of these oils. Use common sense and just stay out of the sun or keep yourself well covered and protected if you do go out in the sun and you are using these. That might be a better massage for night, although it's also energizing. So maybe you just want to do it on a day that you're not going to be out in the sun a lot. If you're going to be using the massage oil on children, make sure you check out the age recommendations. Lavender is generally well tolerated by some of the younger kids, but again, it can also, if used too often and too much, can affect hormones a little bit. So I have been avoiding using lavender on my teenager right now. But yeah, just keep some of these things in mind, just use common sense, and make sure that you dilute the essential oils well. I am going to be doing a 1% dilution in my massage oil. This recipe is very forgiving. While I normally always use a scale when making my homemade cosmetics, in this case, you can also just do everything by volume. Just make sure that you use volume for both the essential oil and the carrier oil, or weight for both. And you can do then a 1% dilution by either weight or volume. So if I'm going to be making 100 milliliters of oil, I will be mixing up with 1 milliliter of essential oil, and I can do a mixture of different essential oils, and then 99 milliliters of oil. If I'm probably going to use my scale, I find that easier. I also have a jeweler's scale for the smaller measurements like the oil, so that I can easily measure out about a gram. But if you don't want to invest in scales, then you can easily do this with, you can use like a syringe that has markings on it to get a milliliter out, and then just find some sort of measurement to get the other 99 milliliters of oil. Another thing I wanted to mention is the preservative. Because this is an oil-based and not a water-based product, you do not need to add a preservative to this. I like to make it in a bottle with a pump dispenser. A pump dispenser helps you to dispense the oil without contaminating it. Because if you were to contaminate this with water, water could stay on the surface, and with this covered up, you could eventually get some mold growth or other microbes that grow on top of this, and that you really do not want. So I like having a bottle with a pump or some other dispenser that allows you to dispense the product without contaminating it with water. But no, this recipe does not need a preservative. To keep it for fresher longer, I suggest using a dark colored bottle. not a clear transparent one. I normally use glass bottles, but because we're going to be moving this around a lot, it gets balanced in places that are not necessarily the most stable. I chose plastic this time. You want to be aware that some essential oils can degrade plastic. You want to check out the ones that you're not going to have issues with. Again, we're using a very small amount in this product because it's a topical product that you're not going to be washing off. So you don't want to have too strong of a dosage of the essential oils. And again, if you have any questions, just comment on the blog or comment down below here. I will try to get to as many answers as possible. So let's get to it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to mix up my massage oil. It's very easy to do once you've decided what oils to use. Let's get to it. I'll be mixing up my massage oil by weight, so I'm going to be tearing the scale with my bottle on it. I'm also using this handy foldable silicone funnel that came with my bottles, so I will have to re-tear it with that on them. Now I can pour in the oils, seeing how much I am adding. I'm using a combination of 3 oils here. I will be making the majority of the first 2 oils, the rice bran oil and the macadamia nut oil. And then I'll be adding a smaller amount of castor oil. Castor oil is a bit thicker and stickier, so I'm using it in a lesser amount. I want all of these oils to add up to 99 milligrams to allow for the 1 milligram of essential oil that I will be adding. For the essential oils, I am using a jeweler's scale to measure them out. It's a lot more precise for smaller amounts, like when you're using essential oils. I found an easy way to measure them out is to tear the scale with the bottle on it and then pour out your oils. You will see a negative number for the amount used. I used a combination of lavender and vanilla, and I really liked it. Once I've added my essential oils, I can close the bottle up and then agitate it to mix everything thoroughly. And then that's really all there is to it. You can dispense your oil and use it. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please consider giving it a likes up and subscribing. Thanks again. Until next time.